And tech leaders, if you're looking to land your next leadership role, but you aren't landing the interviews for the roles that you love, or you find the entire process of job search frustrating and a full-time job in and of itself, something that you simply don't have the bandwidth for, then we have the perfect service for you. Through our Done For You job search service, we take the hassle and the guesswork out of your job search process and bring interviews directly to you. My name is Varun Kirti, and I founded Wolf Mentoring, where we help IT and tech leaders land jobs fast, with certainty, and without the hassle. And in the last few months alone, we have landed over 300 plus interviews for our senior leadership roles, and over 40 plus of our clients have landed director, VP, and C-level roles using the process I'm about to describe. Now, perhaps you are stuck in a dead-end role, feeling unfulfilled or underutilized. You're not working on anything challenging, or there's no prospect of career advancement, or you are maybe concerned about impending layoffs or career instability brought in by poor company financials or leadership changes, right? Or perhaps you're in a role where it requires your constant availability, excessive hours, and frequent travels, leaving you little time for you and your family. Or perhaps the environment is just not right for you, right? The company culture does not align with your values. There's office politics, and you don't have the seat at the table, or you have an insensitive or even toxic leadership. Now, whatever the reason may be, you decided to look, but you're tired of sending out applications into a black hole, and you don't have the time or a clear plan of action for your job search. You wonder how you'd stand out among thousands of candidates in a tight job market for tech leadership roles. Now, don't worry. Our signature Done For You job search service will fix exactly that. We speak the language of technology. All of our methods that we deploy are tested thousands of times in the tech job market, and we have gotten clear results with those. So we know what works in the tech job market. And best part, we do the process for you. Thus, we are able to take the guesswork and hassle of the job search from your hands and bring you a consistent stream of interviews on autopilot. Now, you'll learn in a second how exactly this works, but first, it's important to understand why it works. Simply put, it's based on a simple principle that employers are invested in hiring the right person for the job, and your job as a job seeker is to make yourself visible if you are in fact that person. In effect, these are the only two pillars any leadership hiring would stand upon. So let's start with who the right person for the job really is, because unfortunately this is easily one of the most misunderstood concept among IT leaders. Now, most people, often unknowingly, cast a really wide net into the job market, saying like, oh, I'm an IT leader, so let me apply to all of the director and VP level role, and they define themselves as that IT leader, right? Their criteria is that if I can perform the responsibilities of these, broadly speaking, or I can learn the new things quickly, then I'm a fit. Well, with that criteria, most roles seem to fit you, right? But for companies, the criteria is entirely different. They look for proven experience doing the kind of things that the candidate would be expected to do in the new role. They look for similarities across parameters such as the environment that you have been in, the industries that you have been in, the key functions that you have served, or the specific value you brought to the business. And they are picky because of two reasons. One, that senior technology leaders are in fact business leaders. It's important to have the domain expertise. And two, with the career pyramid kind of converging towards the top, fewer roles are available in the market, making the competition fierce. So having understood that, now let's come to the second pillar of making yourself visible. Once you have defined the target roles, you need to get in touch with hiring managers direct with a relevant resume and a tailored outreach showcasing how you can solve their problem. And trust me, hiring managers want to hear from you. But many job seekers don't even try it consistently, and those that do try do it only once or twice, and it does not work out for them because they make generic outreaches without properly researching the role. Why our outreaches work so well is because we thoroughly research the company, the role, and the gaps that they're trying to fill, and then we show them how you can solve their problems. And it makes you come across as empathetic and genuinely interested, and that gets your foot in the door. Let's understand the above with an example. If you look for senior leaders in the data space, you would come up with more than 190,000 candidates at a director level and 70,000 candidates at a VP level, because it's such a generic search. But if you look for a specific data leader, let's say someone with retail, high transaction, B2C industry experience, expertise in building data platforms on Google Cloud, experience in large company environment, and someone who has built a customer data platform, then you'd only be down to 20 results across the whole country. And that's how you stand out among a category of few. Now, here's the kicker. Because there are only so handful of folks who have been there, done that, companies are more likely to pay a premium compensation to attract the right candidate. And I say this because the above example is exactly of our client Arti, who landed 50 interviews, not even kidding, 5 offers, and finally took home a 250K base compensation offer with Expedia in the tightest of the job markets. While for the same roles, thousands of other candidates were applying, and most people, unlike him, struggle to even get a call for an interview. So that said, now let's talk about how our process works. It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1 is we define your niche, we build your resume and LinkedIn profile in alignment with that, and leave everything else out. So if the right person sees you, they can instantly identify you even among thousands of applicants. Step 2 is our team searches for the right roles, and from there we find the hiring managers and their contact and prepare targeted outreaches for them. And lastly, not every role would pan out into a final offer, and that's okay. You only need to win once. So step 3 is where we repeat the process quickly across all relevant openings as they come into the market, so you get a consistent stream of interviews. But beyond that, once you start landing a good number of interviews, we prep you for those too. Even if you're already great at interviews, it always helps to be prepared, knowing what questions to expect, and conducting a thorough research into the company and the hiring panel. Our team will assist you end to end all the way until you have the salary negotiation conversations, and will work with you until you have landed an offer that you're truly happy with. Our entire process will be tracked on your unique client portal, so you're always on your progress. And these are in fact the exact steps we're taking to land our clients the results. Take for example our client Chris, who landed 40 plus director and VP level interviews in the software engineering space, again one of the tightest markets as of now, and eventually landing a head of engineering role with a base comp of 260K. Our client Srilata, who broke out of a middle management role, she was stuck in that for several years. Honestly, she had lost hope that it wasn't even possible for her to get to an executive level. We landed her a VP level interview, but eventually she also ended up taking a director level offer because she felt more aligned with it. But as a fairly young in her career, she's on a growth path to astronomical heights now that she feels that she's unlocked the next stage. Or take an example for our client Daryl, who unfortunately was laid off and spent 9 months struggling in the job market with little success. He decided to work with us, and our service yielded him a landed offer within 2 months. He said that he took a leap of faith with us initially and was amazed at the speed of the results. Knowing the market and our capability, it's pretty much business as usual to us, right? And then there are many more results like these. If you're interested in learning more about how our service could work for you, book a call with us by clicking the button on this site, and we'll pick a time and we'll get in touch. Now, for a limited time, we're offering a free career audit where we test the viability of the job market for you and provide you with a free resume review so you can make a more informed decision before signing up for our services. Again, to recap, we are making you stand out in a niche, getting in touch with the hiring managers directly with a tailored outreach, doing the heavy lifting with our done for you approach, and prepping you for the interview and salary negotiation conversations. To move forward, please fill out a short application that lets us know about your situation so we can have a precise conversations. Cheers, and I'll see you on the other side.